I'm Sophie from Skedulo and welcome to this video on getting started with the Skedulo CLI. By the end of this video, you will have a solid understanding of a few key things. First, we will go over what the Skedulo CLI is and how it can help you. Next, we will cover installing it and then authenticating to a Skedulo tenant. Then, we will briefly cover working with artifacts, and finally, I will point you to resources where you can learn more. Let's quickly talk about what the Skedulo CLI is. The Skedulo CLI is a command line tool that allows developers to interact with the Skedulo platform. You have likely used other CLIs in the past, such as those for your CRM or cloud infrastructure provider. You can use the Skedulo CLI to get, create, update, delete, and list artifacts. This allows you to customize and extend the platform. But what is an artifact? Put simply, artifacts are pieces of configuration or code within the Skedulo platform. These artifacts can be simple, such as custom fields and objects, or much more complex, such as mobile extensions. They are all able to be manipulated using the Skedulo CLI, meaning you can store the customizations to your Skedulo environment in source control and quickly and easily move it between environments. If you want to learn more about what the CLI can do, check out the links in the description. For now, let's get it installed. Once you've downloaded the installer, you simply run it and follow the prompts. The installer will handle the installation of the CLI and its prerequisites, such as Node.js, in one go. This will allow you to get up and running quickly. Now that we've got the Skedulo CLI installed, we will need to authenticate to a tenant before we can do much with it. There are two ways to do this, either via the web login or with an access token. Web login is the simplest way, so we will cover it first. So let's run sked tenant login web. The CLI will ask us for the name of our tenant, and if you have SSO set up, you will also be prompted to choose an authentication method. Your web browser will be opened and you'll be prompted to log into Skedulo using it. Once we've done this, the CLI will ask if we wish to generate a long-lived token. If you plan to use this environment frequently, this is a good idea. Otherwise, you will need to re-authenticate by running the same command every 24 hours. We're asked how long we want our token to be valid for in hours. We can also enter 0 for indefinitely. The other method is using an access token. This is great for more automated use cases. In order to do this, you will need to use the Skedulo web app to generate a token. If you don't know how to do this, there is a link with some instructions in the description. We can then run sked login access token and we'll be prompted for our access token, which we will provide and be logged in. We can confirm we are logged in by running sked tenant list. With both of these methods, we have set the tenant as our default environment. If we had more than one, we could use the A flag to set an alias, such as for test or UAT. Now that we are logged in, let's work with some artifacts. In this example, I will use the Skedulo CLI to get a custom field, make a change to it, and deploy it back to our tenant. Let's say we have a custom field on the jobs object called risk notes. We would run sked artifacts custom field get object name jobs name risk notes o dot. This will get the field and store it in our current directory. With all of the commands in the CLI, we can add -- help if we want to see the available options and syntax. Now we will make a change to the field. I will open the artifact file in VS Code and change the description. Once I've done that, I can use the Skedulo CLI to deploy it back to our tenant by running sked artifacts custom field upset and providing the name of the file. If we view the field in the web app, we can see the description has now been changed. Custom fields are just one type of artifact we can work with. There are many more available and there is a link to this list in the video description. You can always visit the Skedulo documentation website to learn more about any of the things we've covered today, as well as other parts of the Skedulo Pulse platform. There are links to some useful docs in the video description. But for now, that's it. You should have everything you need to get up and running with the Skedulo CLI.